Land ho! Actually, we've seen land for quite a while now, but it's much nicer to film in daylight than at night. So, yesterday we found the wind and it blew crazy last night. It's supposed to get up to 20 and we were seeing 30, 32, 30, got a gust up to 36, but as we came around Lagos, this is all the Portuguese coast, we're coming up on the Spanish coast. The line is going to be right up here, I think. But as we came in by Lagos, the wind was howling, seas were rolling, even took a big wave right into the cockpit. Well, I mean, a splash into the cockpit. Wasn't really that bad, but got the seat wet. Had a wet butt all night because of it. But anyway, yeah, so we're here. One of the things I could tell you that is really cool that I've read about, and I've kind of poo-pooed it, you know, because I've been, you know, I mean, when we leave, you know, Houston, Texas, and then you head, you know, to Norfolk or something like that, and when you finally get across the Gulf and you see land and all that, I'm kind of over all that. But I keep reading about people that talk about the smell of land. And I don't know, maybe it's that being on a tugboat, I'm inside a wheelhouse quite often. But we came over here and I Googled it because it smells so good. Last night, the wind was howling, but it just smelled wonderful, like a floral smell. So this morning I Googled it, and it's some plant that apparently is infamous for flower that flowers all over especially the coast of Portugal, but especially the southern parts where we are right now. And it just smells divine. It's a sweet floral smell, and it's just amazing. But anyway, as we came in here, the seas ended up, I don't know if you can see them or not, but there's still a little bit of a heave rolling in around the corner. But it was nothing. We were really beat up last night, so it was nice to finally have the wind let up. Right now we have a little bit of wind, but it's really wind that we're generating because we're going ahead by motor, and so we have the apparent wind coming this way. So impossible to sail this. So that's okay. So right now we are on, oh, look at that, there's some fishing gear here. Buoy marking one end over here, then the other end over there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But we are looking out for orcas. And I'm still kind of, I don't really get it, because you look at all the official sites and the tracking software and all the stuff that was happening, and all of that is basically shut down. I mean, it's like there's nothing going on other than people reporting that they've seen orcas, but there hasn't been any interactions. But then you go on the orca attack Facebook page or whatever, and every day it seems like some boat is getting chewed up by orcas. So I'm wondering if people are just you know, they see an orca and they like to tell a sea story. Maybe that's it. I don't know. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Hoping that we don't. I'd love to see orcas, and I'd love to have them come close. Never seen them before, you know, outside of an aquarium. But that would be wonderful to see that. What are you playing over there? But certainly don't want them to attack. But so we'll see what happens. I think the last time I looked, we had like 180 miles to go. The coast is just 3 or 4 miles away here. We're running in nice and easy over here, and I say really enjoying a beautiful morning. It is phenomenal. But what a beating we took last night. Boat all covered in salt again. But I think it's supposed to really even get nicer and nicer the more we go. And if everything goes right, tomorrow morning we should be, if we timed our approach right, we won't have to wait. We won't have to do circles or anything like that. But apparently the reason why we can't go straight in, there's a couple reasons. But the biggest reason is that they boom off the marinas. At least what I've read anyway is that and when I say they boom off the marinas, a boom would be an oil boom, you know, that contains everything in the marina. So I guess the idea is that if there was an oil leak, fuel leak, something like that, within the marina, it would be held there until they could figure it out before they, you know, and mitigate the leak before they, and, you know, recover it before they let it out into the ocean. And they closed that. The marina that I'm going to, it's closed from, I think, 9 o'clock at night until 8:30 in the morning. So our hope, and I don't even know, because we're hitting a counter current right now, so who knows if that, you know, I'd love to get there early because I like to do everything on time, but I need to relax. We got all day to get there. It's totally fine. But there's a fuel dock, not at the marina, at another place where we got to go around by the airport, and right by the what they call La Linea, where it's the line to go from Gibraltar to Spain. And I sent them an email, and they said there's a little thing on their site that you can request a time to get fuel, and I put in there yesterday that I was requesting to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning, but I've never heard back from them, which is probably just as well, because we might not be there exactly at 8 anyway, and so that's fine. So then what we would do is we will go get fuel, and then come back to our marina, and we have to do the infamous med mooring. So that's going to be a first for me and Runa and Chris Alida and Chris France. So that's going to be interesting. But if you're wondering, they say that Gibraltar has the cheapest fuel in the Mediterranean, and that it's tax-free. But being an American, we're kind of used to government-subsidized fuel. Every time everybody goes to the pump and says, "Oh, gas is too expensive, diesel fuel is too expensive." Yeah, that's. Most of the world would love to pay what we pay for fuel. Anyway, in what is supposed to be the cheapest part of the Mediterranean right now, the fuel price that was listed on the website yesterday was 1.2 euros per liter, which I think if you do the math, or at least the calculations I did, was I think like 5.40 a gallon. So it's funny that the cheapest non-taxed fuel in all of the Mediterranean is still considerably higher than it is in the U.S. To give you an idea, when we say that, we got to do away with all these alternative energy subsidies. Yeah? Well, maybe it wouldn't be so cheap to use fossil fuels if we weren't being subsidizing the fossil fuel industry. Sorry about that. Shouldn't have thrown politics in there. I don't really think about that politically. I think of that more as how does it work? Are we being whatever? Anyway, it's a gorgeous day. Trying to use as much out of the freezer as I can so we can defrost the freezer again and start new when we go grocery shopping. My good friend Mark Foley, the maritime pilot, he's going to be flying in tomorrow. He'll be hanging out with us. So I'm all excited about that. He's always a fun time with Mark. He's the life of the party everywhere we go. So he certainly will be fun when we go up to see the monkeys. But yeah, so if I've got wings thawing out, so I'll put wings on the grill for lunch, and then we have some lamb to put on the grill tonight. And something neat's going on right now, and or not now, but tonight. My friend Chris came with us, brought his dad's ashes. That his dad was in the Navy, and his dad was, even though he's a Texan, he was always into everything about the ocean. And Chris thought it would be fitting to put his ashes in the Straits of Gibraltar, which I thought was really cool. So I think it's sundown tonight. As the sun's going down, we'll have a little ceremony. But anyway, that's about all the news that's fit to print. Thank you guys so much for watching. You hold this away so those that get upset when I have the camera too close. And the good news is that now we're back within 12 miles of land. We don't have to do the $1 million offshore plan, so this data won't be as expensive. From Horta to here About cost us about $300 or $400 worth of data. So anyway, this is just the regular plan. It's still working. I don't know how long it's going to last, but still working. It's a good deal. Anyway, that's it. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you like these updates, let me know in the comments. That helps. Like, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. And hey, we've had a couple more, 2 more guys sign up for Patreon. So let's see, there was, oh, so bad with names. I just wrote back to them and can't remember. Doug and Dave or something like that. I forget. I apologize, but 2 guys just signed up for Patreon again, and thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Putting your money where your mouth is, and it means a lot to me. Thank you so much. You guys take care, be safe, and as always, I'll see you on the one.